Hi everybody, it's Haley. I have had a fairly crappy week, so I've decided that we are going to do something that is in my comfort media realm. I'm making us some Lembas bread today because Lord of the Rings is my ultimate comfort film. If you don't know what Lembas bread is, it is the elven bread that they have in Lord of the Rings. They give it to the Fellowship at LOTR so they can have food on their journey to Mordor. I found a recipe online, so I'm going to follow that. Hopefully it is good. I'm pretty excited. I've never made Lembas bread before, so it's gonna be a fun time for me. And I figured while I am putting this stuff together, I would just ramble about Lord of the Rings because I would like to distract myself from this crappy week. So we're going to talk about that. So let's get into that. Most of the ingredients for Lembas seems to be fairly basic. Like, I decided that I was gonna do this yesterday and I already have all of the ingredients. So hopefully if you want to try this at home, you could probably do it tonight if you wanted to. Yeah, so we are gonna crack into this. First, we're going to do the flour mixture. So I guess I'll just talk about how I got into Lord of the Rings, in case anybody cares. The movies came out when I was 9, I believe. I was too little to see them in theaters. My parents rented them. I rented The Fellowship, and we're watching it after me and my siblings had gone to bed, and I stayed up and listened to it. I was just very interested in the story right away. I remember how scary the Nazgul sounded because I hadn't seen them right away. I just heard them. I remember my parents being very scared, like shrieking almost, when Frodo ran into them at Weathertop. Pretty sure I said teaspoon, it's actually tablespoon of baking powder. Anyway, that year my grandmother gifted my parents the DVD for The Fellowship and the Ring for Christmas, and they put it on right after everyone had opened their presents. And I remember playing on the floor with my back turned to the TV because they're like, this is too scary for you, you can't watch this. And I was again listening to it, and I think I got fairly far into it with my back turned. I think the Fellowship had already formed. It was probably after everyone left for Rivendell. I finally turned around and just spent the rest of the day watching it. And then I became absolutely obsessed with it. We are doing half a cup of butter now to add to this mixture, and then we're just gonna mix it up. We would watch it every weekend. My youngest brother, who was 3 at the time, watched it every single day after preschool. Like, our whole family was absolutely obsessed with it. Didn't get to see it in theaters until Return of the King, and then I saw it like 4 times. Like, my biggest fandom. Disney doesn't count it. But Lord of the Rings has definitely been my biggest, longest lasting fandom for sure. If you've seen my body mods video, you would know that I have a Lord of the Rings tattoo. It's in Elvish. It says, "Just breathe." If you want to see that old ass video, feel free to go back. I'll link that in there. It's not updated. I have had new piercings and tattoos since then, but it's there if you want it. I haven't actually read all of the books. I've read the trilogy and The Hobbit, of course. I tried to read The Silmarillion when I was in grade 5, which honestly is a bold move for anyone, but that was my first English speaking novel that I tried to read. Didn't go over well. It was very, very difficult. Probably got like a couple chapters in, and then I was like, no, I can't do this. Yeah, so that is me. Yeah, I don't think I will ever not be obsessed with Lord of the Rings. It's just, at this point, it's who I am. I think I just like it because it is definitely very comforting. Especially the Shire. It just seems so welcoming and peaceful. I always say that Return of the King is my favorite, but I really think that it is the Return of the King. I really think that it's the Fellowship because just of nostalgia reasons, and it's comforting, and I love to just put it on and have it on in the background. It definitely helps if I'm feeling sad. My cat, I hope you can't hear her. She's very annoying. I've given her food and I've locked her in her room, so we'll see how that goes. We are going to be adding the cinnamon, sugar, and ginger. So 1/3 a cup of sugar and 1 tablespoon of ginger and cinnamon. This is all the cinnamon I have. So I'm just gonna hope that this is enough. I'm gonna pour the whole thing in and we'll see what happens. By far my favorite character is Treebeard. I have always loved Treebeard. I don't know, he's just really special. His quotes, his lines in the movie are great. I really hope one day to get a Treebeard tattoo. Because I definitely need more Lord of the Rings tattoos for sure. But I think one with Treebeard would be very good. I know everyone talks about how Frodo and Sam are obviously in love, which we all know is correct. They are absolutely in love. But I think that it kind of gets overlooked that my boy Gimli, who is my second favorite Lord of the Rings character, and Legolas are clearly in love. And yes, that is Lord of the Rings fan art. I have a wall of it in my room because I am 12. Yeah, anyway, I feel like their friendship is overlooked. It's really, truly the enemies to lover trope, and it's everything. Gimli, Legolas, boyfriends, forever. In the books, after Aragorn unfortunately dies eventually, these two idiots decide that they are going to sail off to the Undying Lands together because they're in love and they can't live without each other. And Gimli is the very first dwarf ever to get to be there. It's so cute. I can't with them. They're so cute. I truly have no idea how I'm going to get through the rest of this video, considering how I'm only on step 2 now and I've already talked so much about Lord of the Rings. Yeah, here we are. Anyways, now I'm going to be adding the honey, vanilla, and the cream. I'm using coconut cream. Hopefully it works. I didn't have anything else. And also I'm using creamed honey instead of liquid honey because that's all I have. Alrighty, so I've got the dough formed. I'm going to just sprinkle some flour down on the counter and roll it out. So we're gonna do that. Ooh, I realized I have not talked about my sweet baby angel, Thranduil. The Hobbit movies are what they are, but my favorite thing about the adaptation is Lee Pace's Thranduil. I just think that he's neat. Honestly, if you don't think he's the most glamorous bitch in all of Middle-earth, you are strongly mistaken. I feel like I've been stretched very thin. What I'm trying to say is that I like the fact that he looks like a hot daddy elf, opposed to the animated version where he looks like a toad, like a toad man. Not really sure why he would look like a toad when elves are supposed to be the most beautiful and graceful creatures on Middle Earth, but go off, King, I suppose. Speaking of the animated Lord of the Rings movies, they're absolutely amazing. I don't think they're very easy to come across nowadays. So they're from the 70s, but they are absolutely insane. You've got Rotoscope Orc, which is fucking terrifying. I will absolutely never get over that. That is my sleep paralysis demon for fucking sure. Never, ever, ever going to recover from seeing them. It's very 70s. They're very cute little troll looking hobbitses, and the animation is Black Cauldron-y. It's just really fun. It's fun. They include some songs in the animated Hobbit, which is really cute. That's one of the cool things about the books, is that Tolkien wrote so many little songs and poems and stuff. And I understand that that's hard to bring into a movie in like visual effects wise, but I like songs and I like lyrics and I like words. So yeah, I promise you that if you haven't read the books yet, the poems are a lot more than just who wander are lost, which is very horribly overused and misused, and every weird Tumblr girls want to live in a van quote for their banner. I don't know, but it's more than that, I promise. Alrighty, so they're done. I guess I cooked them for a little too long. I'm not really sure. The recipe said to cook from 15 to 20 minutes, from 15 to 20 minutes. So these are it was kind of a, depending on how thick it is, depending on your oven. And as you saw, my thickness was very questionable. Yeah, so this is how it turned out. They smell delicious. I'm so excited to try them. Yeah, so I'm gonna try some right now. Oh, it's steaming. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, it's really good. It's kind of like the same texture as a scone. Really good. You can definitely taste the ginger in here, which is why I think it smells so good. Yeah, I really enjoy this. I can't wait to curl up with a tea later and watch The Fellowship of the Ring. Very good. Alrighty, so thank you so much for hanging out with me while I try my first batch of Lembas spread. I think it was pretty successful. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Definitely let me know if you try it. I would love to see how yours turns out, especially if you don't use the coconut creamer or the creamed honey. I would really like to see how that works out for you. So let me know in the comments or tag me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Haley Majelski. It is down in the description below for you there. Yes, so thank you so much for hanging out. I really hope you enjoyed this one. I know I definitely feel much better now that I have made my Lembas and have geeked out over Lord of the Rings. Yeah, if you know any Lord of the Rings fun facts, please drop them in the comments below because I would love to learn more. Obviously I didn't talk about very much in depth about it because that would be insane for one baking video, but please fill my brain with fun facts about Lord of the Rings or whatever. And if you don't have a fun fact about Lord of the Rings, just tell me what got you into Lord of the Rings in the first place. Thank you so much for watching this one. I hope you have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, whatever. Please like and subscribe. I've been stuck at the same amount of subscribers for months. I would really love it if you could help me out by subscribing. Then I don't need to be obsessing over being stuck at the same number for so long. I will probably do more Lord of the Rings content at some point because your girl is obsessed. So if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. I will see you guys on the next one.